Okay, so we're back again with another example about how you can use Fusion more efficiently. We got a little robot here from my colleague Yuji. It's a couple years old, and he's got joints all over him, so I can move it around if I like by pushing and pulling on all the parts. But what if I want to animate? There is the possibility down here to use what's called a motion study to animate multiple joints at once and kind of create an animation. I'm going to edit one that I had by going into the feature tree and just right mouse button. I'm going to make this window a little bit smaller so we can get it easily on the screen, and I'm going to move that robot over so we can see stuff. And you can see I've already animated some of the joints, and if I play this, it kind of works like a VCR. You can see that leg down there at the bottom, making it very small, sort of walking-like motion. You can see that there are 4 separate joints that I've used to make that motion, and we're going to make a little motion for the arms to, or at least one arm, to kind of go with it. You can see that these things get kind of complicated, so if you just turn one off, turn all the other ones off and leave the just the one joint motion on, you can see what's going on. It's going from a value of, I believe it's 0 to minus 6.7 degrees, and then it's going back, and that relationship is linear. And I can check that and look at it, but now I'm going to turn them all off, and let's go add some of these arm joints. And there's one up here on the shoulder. I'm going to click on that. And you can see it's a constant value throughout the entire time period. This goes from 0 to 100, but that is not a time. It's not 0 to 100 seconds. It's just 0 to 100%. So I'm going to go in the middle, and I'm just eyeballing this here. And at time step 50, I'm going to put in a value. I can't remember exactly what I put in, and I can't read it on this really small screen, but I go to that value, and then I go back to the original value, and you can see that shoulder motion is happening. That's nice, yeah. So we keep on going, and we can take the next joint and grab that the shoulder joint that moves the arm upwards, and try to make a motion that sort of combines. We've got the shoulder moving the arm backwards, and I want to move that elbow out a bit. So I could go in there and choose a value. Here again, I'm eyeballing it, and then I'm going to just take it back to the original value at time step 100. It's pretty easy to do. You know, these things look really confusing, and they look really difficult to do, but if you just break it down into small individual steps and always take a look at what you're doing by moving that bar back and forth as I do here, you'll be able to get it, and it's not as hard as it looks. So I continue on. I add the third joint in that arm, which is the elbow itself, and this one's going to be a little different. I envision the hand, as it were, kind of moving up at first towards the outside, and then eventually moving back and stabilizing in line with the top of the arm. So I'm going to add a step moving the hand sort of out, and then moving it back down before I reach the halfway point, which is time step 50, and going back down to the original position. Now, one of the vagaries of this system that you kind of figure out, you need to add a time step here at the same position, which seems redundant until you add the next time step, which is the reverse motion, moving the arm back down, because if I hadn't, you would have a linear relationship between the second time point and the fourth. And so you kind of work in steps going forwards, and always check. And so now I can animate the whole thing. And you may disagree with me if this is really great or not, but you know, it is a thing, and you should be able to do animations like this. Hope this works. Good luck.
Yeah.